All right, hit me. Where are we?
So we're at Ferrindino Maple, and this is our sap truck, and this is what we haul our sap out of the woods with 1,500 gallons at a time. And when we bring our sap in, it goes into insulated dairy tanks to keep the sap cool. And the faster you can turn cold sap into maple syrup, the better the flavor. You want to treat it as you would milk, because it degrades in the sun or the heat. So at this point, our sap goes in through this blue hose into the building into a reverse osmosis machine. And the reverse osmosis with high pressure pumps and membranes is building like 400 psi, and it's pushing some of the water molecules because they're lighter and thinner than sugar. Some of it's going out. So we're making 2% sugar content sap into 14%. So we're removing about 75% of the water before we even boil, which saves a ton of energy and a ton of time. So then as our sap comes in, this is the reverse osmosis machine, and it's got two vessels with membranes in them and high pressure pumps, and it's pushing some of the water through the membranes and removing it, and the concentrated sap, which is now like 13 to 14% sugar, goes up top. And that gravity feeds down into the evaporator, down this copper pipe. So this is ice cold. Feel how cold it is. That's how you make good syrup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now that cold sap is going into the evaporator, into a preheater. And the preheater just heats the sap to save energy, so the cold sap doesn't knock down the boil. So you pick up about 10% efficiency with a preheater. And then it goes into the back pan, and the lighter, less dense syrup pushes the dense stuff forward through the channels, and then it'll come over on that side. And this is your evaporation pan from here back. So that does most of your work. That's boiling, removing even more moisture out of the sap. And then it comes into this float box at even higher sugar concentration. And these pipes right here feed the front two pans, which are called syrup pans, and they're flat. So those really get cooked, and they do all your caramelization and your color and flavor. And it'll go through this back pan, around through here. And when it gets to here, we do a hydrometer test, and it should be 67% sugar. And at that point, we'll set the computer to open the servo valve and let it out at the proper setting. And so when it reaches that density, it draws off.
Killer. And this is Ferrindino Maple?
It is.
Awesome. First run of the day.
First run of the season.
First run of the season. That's
Yep.
right. Awesome.